So microinsurance operates not just in Africa. No, there's some very big success stories in India, for example. I remember Richard Leftley, the CEO founder of microinsure, telling me how when they launched a new product in India, I forget the exact numbers, but it was, day one they sold 1 million policies. It was that kind of scale. And he told me how they were just opening up the servers and throwing new hard drives in as fast as they could to deal with the demand and the speed. The reason for our name 90 is that we give 90% of all the profit we make away to charitable causes. We love the insurance industry because it helps take the risk or help deal with the risk in day-to-day life for humanity and for businesses. And 90% of our profits we give back into causes that are primarily working in developing countries to help alleviate some of the risk challenges that the poorest of the poor face. So things around healthcare and education and access to funding for micro businesses, that kind of stuff. And so I'm a big fan of the concept of scarcity in innovation. Right? Every innovator wants as much budget and resource as possible to back their idea. But actually it's when you're operating in a position of scarcity that you drive focus and you drive experimentation and you force your decisions to be data led rather than just throwing money at the wall. One of our big bets for 2021, one of the ideas that we think is gonna get some traction in the insurance sector this year is the idea of taking some of the techniques from the microinsurance world in developing countries and take those techniques back into developed economies. But the point is that the balance has tipped from physical assets and offices and warehouses and factories and that kind of stuff, stock, to this intangible assets where it's about brand, it's about reputation, it's about IP. And these things, we can't wrap a P&C policy around them. So there's this connection, and actually venture capitalists are being better underwriters of risk for entrepreneurs and for innovation than the insurers are. No, well, sustainability, for me, this is the big one at the moment. So, for your listeners, at 90, because we are deeply curious about ideas in insurance around the world, we track them, right? So we look at the world's top 250 insurance businesses and we look at what are they doing, what are they innovating, what are they launching. Yeah, a bunch of those are working with us on some of those ideas, so we have a privileged view of that too. But we run analysis, and once a year we publish a report called the Idea Pulse, which an example of that would be thinking about the supply chain and thinking about what are the materials used in the supply chain and what are the conditions in the supply chain. If you're an organization, if you're let's say a personal lines carrier and you've got 5 million, 10 million motor customers, how can what you do with those 5 to 10 million help the way that they drive or the vehicle choices or the fuel choices that they make be more sustainable? And a number of things that Alchemy does. Sabine is the managing partner there. The rest of us are co-founders and supporters in various ways. But at its heart, there's a process called the reinvention engine, which takes a big insurance problem and goes out to the venture market and says, right, can we find a bold, brave new world venture that is mature enough to engage with a corporate and isn't just from the world of InsurTech, right? That may be from any tech line that you care to pick.